Alright, man, today's daily word for February 19th is I will say. Turn that windshield wiper off. It's snowing out here. Today's daily word, February 19th, I will say. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Psalms 91:2. The psalmist says, I will say of the Lord, and in the next verse adds, He will deliver and cover me. Notice the connection. I will say and He will do. It doesn't say I believe He is my refuge. The psalmist went around speaking it out. The Lord is my refuge. Notice what happened. God became his refuge. God was saying in effect, if you're bold enough to speak it, I'm bold enough to do it. Have you ever declared that your dreams are coming to pass? Whatever God has put in your heart, talk about it like it's already on the way. When I get married, when I graduate from college, when I see my family restored, not if it's going to happen, but talk as if when it's going to happen. That's your faith being released. So today's daily word for February 19th is I will say, and it's saying that you need to start speaking what you want, what you need, with confidence and a strong belief that it'll come to pass. I guess what they're saying is God is waiting for you to declare certain things in your life, and once you speak it, He'll do it if it's within the realm of His will. And I think the psalmist is King David. I know King David wrote psalms, and psalms is like poems or songs for the Lord. King David was really favored by God because he had a heart for God, and even when he sinned or whatever, he would always apologize. And he talked with God. Ever since he was little, he would talk with God. He had a really strong faith that God would, do the things that he believed God would do. I think King David killed a lion and a bear when he was young. This was before he even killed Goliath. You know what I'm saying? He killed Goliath with a rock or a pebble, really. You know what I'm saying? In fact, God was so favoring of King David in the way that he walked and talked and moved and believed in God, that even his son was blessed. His son, King Solomon, was one of the richest and wisest men in the world. And I got sidetracked thinking about that, but today's daily word is I will say. So say and speak of the things that you want for yourself and for others. Make sure that your words are always of a positive nature. If he's saying he'll do it, you don't want him to do nothing negative. So make sure you're speaking of a positive thing. And it make me think, man, start praying for people, man. There's a lot of people. When I was coming up, people was heavy in church. So your grandparents and your aunts, your uncles and your mother and your father and your grandfather, they would all say prayers over you, whether you knew it or not. You know what I mean? And I believe some of them prayers helped a lot of us out. And the fact that some of the people I grew up with didn't have nobody back at home praying for them might have hindered them in some way. But all that's neither here nor there, because a lot of those people are gone now. So it's kind of up to us to start praying for this younger generation, praying for our own generation, and praying for the elders that came before us. Could you imagine if everybody said the same prayer to God at the same time? Okay, the internet, everybody on the internet, right? Like, say one of them channels, they got millions of subscribers, right? What if they said, hey, tonight, and you ain't got to hit the like button or subscribe or share. Sharing might be a good thing. But they just posted something like said on the gram or something. Said, tonight at, 7 o'clock, we all gonna say a prayer right? And not even like we all gotta be online at the same. That would be cool too if we was all like tuned in to say that prayer. You know what I mean? Like if we pray for the country, or we pray for the world, or we pray for specific areas in the lives of all, that may affect all our lives, or just whatever we pray for, man. Or we could just say a prayer like thank you, like not even asking for nothing. But just imagine if everybody tuned in at the same time and said the same exact prayer with pureness in our hearts and honesty in our intentions and belief and faith in our minds, just to honor the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately we may not know a specific name, and religions argue on that type stuff. But if everybody just prayed at the same time, a genuine yet generic prayer that we could all agree to, I don't know what would happen, but I believe something dynamic would happen. You know what I mean? Just imagine if it ain't gotta be on a global scale. Imagine if you can get all your friends and family members and your family members' friends and family, and y'all all just at 7 o'clock. So we all gonna pray for our kids. You know what I'm saying? Whether your kids are doing good or bad, it doesn't even matter. We just gonna pray for them, that their lives be good, from here on out. We're gonna pray for our elders. You know what I mean? We're gonna pray for such and such that need help. I mean, I know they probably do that in church sometimes. I ain't been in a long time, but I remember they'd say, yo, we all gonna pray for brother such and such or sister such and such that got an ailment or whatever. You know what I mean? But just imagine if it do make me think, like if you got millions and millions of subscribers, or even a couple thousand, 100,000 or something, if you could get everybody on board, like how people be tuning in to listen to sports talk. I know I do all of the time. You know what I'm saying? And how could you troll that? Like, you would be kind of a horrible person if you in the comment section saying something negative about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I gotta get back to work, man. Today's daily word was I will say, and what I got from it is, like I've been getting these last couple of days, is to really be careful with your words. But if you speak something honoring and not against anything that is the nature of God, He'll do it. You know what I mean? He gonna do it in His own time. But if you believe hard enough and you speak it out your mouth, and when you speak it like it's gonna happen, not if, but when. You know what I'm saying? And you leave that when up to Him, and you only concentrate on the win as far as WIN, then it's gonna happen. I'm probably rambling and talking too much. It's time for me to get back to work. Have a great day. I'll holler at y'all later. One.